Being a perfectionist is killing your creative genius. Why is it killing your creative genius? Because you're allowing yourself to not create because of perfectionism. You have a fear of starting, and you do more planning than you do creating. How could you ever become a genius, a creative genius, if all you do is plan? Why do you think planning is going to get you to the perfection? And if it's not a fear of starting, then it's definitely a fear of finishing. Maybe you start your work, but you struggle with finishing. You always are tweaking every single last thing to just make it just right. You have a fear of failure. You make these arts, but then you don't want to share it with the world because you have a fear of being judged or seen. But true artists show their vulnerability. They show their imperfections because that's what makes them human, and that's what makes the art so raw and relatable. Perfectionism is nothing more but an illusion of control. You want to be in control and make things just right, so you prevent yourself from actually creating the very thing that you claim is your passion. How can you be passionate about something that you never do? You just have a mental passion of it because you're not actually putting it into action. Because true creativity thrives off of uncertainty and just natural flow. There is no waiting for the perfect time, because think about all of the greatest discoveries in the world and how many of them actually happen by accident. When it comes to perfectionism, you're allowing that to control you and prevent you from making these happy accidents in your work. Think about all of the artists who have come up with a great idea simply because they accidentally did something. They smudged something the wrong way and they created a masterpiece behind it. But you prevent yourself from ever starting, or you prevent yourself from leaving that one flaw that could possibly be the greatest piece ever. Think about all of the artists that we know who have made art that they hated, but the world loved. Imagine if they never shared that. Imagine if they never created that. Imagine if they allowed their lack of inspiration or motivation from actually creating. Do not allow perfectionism to be your crutch, your excuse to prevent you from doing the things you love. Instead, use perfectionism as a power and use it to hone in on your craft and use it in your process instead of looking at the entire thing and creating fear around ever starting or finishing. Allow it to refine, because truly it's a skill set that you want to hone and grow and develop. And how could you ever do that if you're not actually practicing your craft on a day-to-day basis? A lot of us, me included, only allow for inspiration and motivation to arise inside of us before we actually create something. But think about all of the times that you've had a great idea and your skill set can't match up with your mindset. I know I have had that plenty of times. And imagine where you would be if you didn't allow only inspiration and motivation to arise in you to actually create, but you actually create it on a daily basis because this is your passion and you want it to perfect your skill. You want it to perfect your craft. Think about how that artwork would have been if you actually honed in your craft and honed in on your skill set, and how that piece would have actually materialized into the world with the skill set from practice. Because inspiration and motivation are fleeting. They're nothing more than an emotion, and they do not defy the laws of polarity. As you become inspired or motivated, eventually you're going to have to swing the other way and neutralize yourself to become centered again and become in your natural state. So allowing yourself to only create when you feel inspired or when you feel motivated is only stunning your creativity. Perfectionism is subjective because what you deemed as flawed could be completely unflawed in someone else. Stop allowing perfectionism to control you and to take over your creative journey, because you will never become a creative genius. You will never become that artist that you truly want to be if you sit and plan and never take action. So create every single day. No matter what, no matter if you feel like it, no matter if you're motivated or unmotivated, create. Use that emotion to create. You feel unmotivated, create a piece around being unmotivated. You feel sad, create a piece around your sadness. You feel very bored, create a piece around your boredom. Create every single day. Hone your craft every single day. Do not allow perfectionism to take over your life and prevent you from becoming the great that you are. Because truly, think about it. Think about some of the greats. Imagine if they never created and only allowed for inspiration and perfection to arise in them to actually create. They would never have any of the things that we love looking and listening to today. Michael Jackson, I think, is a perfect example because he is known for being a perfectionist, as the same with Beyonce. But their perfectionism didn't hinder them from creating. It did the complete opposite. They used that perfectionism to create nonstop. And then were able to pick pieces from all of their music to create an album out of. Instead of sitting and waiting and thinking, they did. They moved, they took action and created and brought things to life. Because as a creative, you're nothing more than a manifester. You are materializing your thoughts into the 3D. So why aren't you materializing? You are not a good manifester if you're not materializing on a daily basis. Create something small. Nothing has to be big. Nothing has to be shown to the world. But honing your craft should be a daily process, something you do because you find joy in it, because you have truly an obsession over it. And when I speak about this, I'm speaking one-on-one to the creatives who are here because they want to share their art with the world and they want to be a full-time creative. If your creativity is nothing more but a hobby, then of course this does not apply to you. But if you are here because you want to break barriers and you want to truly tap into yourself and become the creative genius that you know you are, then this is something that you have to become obsessed with. It is something that you're going to have to put first. If it's truly your passion, it shouldn't be something that you do every once in a while, but something that you do daily. My name is Elle. For those of you who are new, I'm a spiritual creative. This is my creative channel. I also have a spiritual channel and a Patreon where I dive deeper into both. All of that will be listed down in the description box. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.